take it back to day one when we made this shit, brick by brick. I had a conversation with DJ, which was insightful.
Okay.
And kind of opened my eyes to a couple of things that maybe I'd been a bit naive to in terms of you. Where he felt that you would be second guessing decisions because you would be worried about if I would either overturn them or agree, or sometimes just be concerned about making a solo decision in case it wasn't what we both agreed on. You feel like that's the case?
It's not that. How do I put this? It's not that I think you'll go against what I've done, right? You're very good at backing my decisions, at least publicly, right? But there's things that I don't think you realize you do, where you're quite lenient. And an example would be after the besties shit, or just before the besties shit, you'd said, once this is wrapped up, we're avoiding all sorts of conflict for at least a week or so, right? And then James and Luke did the shit with 3-pass, and I made it a big deal and told them they were fucking idiots. And then you woke up and heard about it and kind of just said, I don't care because I'm not the one that complains about war. And then I just looked like the angry cunt, even though I was enforcing what you had said.
That's fair.
But shit like that, I wouldn't say I don't... Like, you don't purposely go against what I do, by any means. You always have my back. You have always had my back. But there is definitely times where you do stuff like that, or you would come around after not being around for a week. And I don't mind that you're not around, I'll be honest. Like, I'm happy that you can come around when you feel like you'll enjoy being around. I couldn't give a shit. I know I can confidently run this shit if you were gone for 2 months, if you're gone for a day. I know I can do this, I don't care. But when you've been gone for a while and you come back, you sometimes make pretty impactful decisions without at least talking to me about it. And I feel like sometimes that puts us in a worse spot because you don't fully understand the full context of what's going on.
It's good. I'm glad you're bringing these points up, you know?
I mean, I was going to after the 3-pass shit, but I'll be honest, we've both been around for maybe an hour at the same time since, so I just haven't had a chance.
Because what the thing is, right? The way DJ put it to me was like, made me concerned that he was concerned that you felt like I didn't trust your decisions to 100%, right? But one thing I want to make like clear is, and I said this to him, right? If I didn't like back everything you do, like you could make the complete wrong decision, like especially these days, right? Like you could do something I completely disagree with, but I'm just like, I back it. I'm with it. Because the truth be told, if I didn't trust what you do and feel like we have the same goals in mind, I wouldn't feel the freedom to not wake up as much. Because I know I can not wake up as much as I used to, and I haven't got to worry about shit going left because it's in the hands of the best person for it. You know, like if I didn't trust you, I would be here more. But that's that conversation also kind of brought something that, I mean, I've been considering it for a while. I think I was just stuck in a mindset of like, if it's not a pressing issue, then there's no reason to change anything. But I mean, since we started this shit way back when, right? From pretty much day one, it was me and you. Like, we've been here through everything. We've seen people come, we've seen people go, we built it together. I don't think it does you a justice anymore just being referred to or seen as the second in command of this group. I personally want to just be co-leaders, to be honest. And if I'm not here, any decision you make, it don't matter what I'm going to say because I'm not here and you're the leader. If we're both around, me especially when you're bringing out the points you bring, then it's group decisions. But you having that freedom, it's like, you had it anyway. I just think we built it together. We may as well actually do it together. And you have the title that you actually are entitled to.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, you have unofficially already put me in that spot.
Yeah, that's why it's been that.
But there has always been that thing in the back of my mind where, like, it is, I view this as your gang. I know we've built it together, but there's still that part at the very start where you were picked as the leader by everybody and everyone trusted you to be the leader. There was no mention of anybody else. To me, that makes this your gang, right? So although you gave me the freedom to run shit pretty much fully, there was still always that doubt.
Like the title change is not even, like you say, this has been, we've run this together, right?
Yeah.
It's just, I want to like make sure that title is there for you so you know that it's not just mine, because it isn't. It's our shit. And regardless of if you was your name, like if you weren't brought up at the start and I've been the leader, it doesn't matter because there's not a single person in the gang now that would have any problem with you running it. You earned it. You're not a 2IC. We run this shit, you know? That should be.
One iced tea, huh?
That makes it sound like you're Mike Wazowski.
Yeah, that one won't stick.
That being said, another thing that I feel like has just always been a problem, yeah, is if it isn't me or you, it's nobody else. We've put roles in and they've just not really worked. We've got the 3 ICs right now, Kai and John. John at his peak is me personally, I don't know what you think, is what I would want for that role. If he's consistently around. I think Kai is great for like the voice of reason. I don't know if he's necessarily outspoken enough for that role. What are your thoughts on if we then had a 2IC, one person, and it doesn't have to be elected now, but we try to shape someone into that role?
I think the obvious answer is John, but it's a question of...
That's what I think. Is he going to live up?
I mean, I think he's been around a lot. I think obviously very, very recently, no. But I also kind of appreciate why he hasn't been, because we've gone through hell the past month. And, you know, everyone needs some fucking time off.
Yeah, it's been rough. It's fair.
So we have the option of... We have two ways we approach it. We do a gang meeting. We tell them the changes and the vacancy in the 2IC spot. And we tell everyone it's available. Or, me and you have said the person we see right now is John. We just speak to John. and see where his head is.
You might disagree. I don't think anyone comes close to being able to take that other than him.
I think if anyone names anyone else, they're smoking some fucking heavy shit, bro. I'm gonna be honest.
But if I'm also like looking inwards on myself and maybe us in general, I think we should then do more to try, not just like put him in the role and be like, right, cool, this is you now. Like shape him into what he needs to be. Because I've been bad for that. Like we'll give people roles, but then it's like, right, here you go, here's the reins. Good luck.
Yeah, I mean that will come with time though. Like, I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a slow process. So look how long it took us to get to this point.
Yeah. Like I really, if you compare me to when you first put me in the position, like I've barely had a fucking clue what was going on, bro. I'll be honest. I relied heavily on you at that point.
I mean, neither did I, bro. I was the leader of a gang that imploded for about 5 days.
Yeah, but it was the foundations that built this, bro.
I mean, this like, but that's why it makes sense to me. I think we enabled each other's growth a lot.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny for me to think about it this way, but I think currently how we are, I am much harsher on Manor members and you're much harsher on outside people.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't disagree. Which is odd because I feel like that's kind of like roles reversed ever so slightly.
Yeah. There was a time where I wouldn't have give a fuck about anyone and anything.
Yeah. I mean, bro, if you look back at all the shit we like, I said it to DJ earlier. This gang has already surpassed at this point for me any expectation I had of what could be achieved when it was started.
Bro, it was ropey. Think back to what started this shit back in Grove 9, bro. Think back to the people that were there for that.
Bro, it was...
Bro, fucking Ved bought into that house, bro.
A lot of people, bro.
Ved bought into that house, bro.
I feel like regardless of what happens, right? Like, we're going to continue to be successful, but we've been successful up to this point. Like, we come from a place where we was not in no conversation of a gang that could... I mean, let's be honest. We weren't even viewed as a gang back then. All we had was a great family, but... with no experience of building a strong gang to get to this point, you know, we should be happy with ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely not the mandem, that's for sure.
It's not. It is not at all.
We've been through fucking hell, bro.
We have. What do you think for John? I think if we both think that he's the right person, we know it would take time to mold him. There's no point like delaying.
I think we talked to him.
I reckon we just bring him here now because I want to do after this. Everyone who's awake, I want to go speak to them and let them know what's going on. So if we've spoken to John, I mean, we can then just go from there.
I've pinged him. He's accepted it.
Also gonna have to have a conversation with Kai.
You know, I don't think Kai has done a bad job in his position. To be honest, I just never seen him and I never seen him and John on the same level, which just fixes that, I guess.
I think, in honesty, it's hard to have two people as a joint 3IC. Like when you've got at that point when you've got a leader, a second in command, and then two different 3ICs, it's like so easy to skip going through people. At least with this, it can be the usual, either me or you, but then they know John. I really like Kai. I think Kai, regardless of not being a 3IC, I think he should definitely be an OG.
I view Kai on a very similar level to DJ.
Yeah. You know, honestly, I think John is the obvious shout for second in command. DJ is not he's not crazy miles off, in fairness to him. I have to give him credit where credit's due. Like I do respect the glow up of him. He's like putting work.
His head is screwed on, but I think he would struggle with this gang if he was 2IC.
He'd have all the right ideas. It's just in this group, you have to get the right ideas done. You have to fight everyone to agree with you.
Yeah. I think my voucher's gonna fail too.
At least you don't have to shoot yours. Typical, innit? Fucking typical that I don't vouch anybody. I vouch somebody and this happens. And if I have to shoot him, I'm unvouching his bitch ass because I'm not dealing with the, oh, you said if a vouch fucks up, you're gonna get punished. I'm saying, bitch, you weren't a vouch when I did what I did.
Cool. How about we paint it to John that I'm stepping down and he's becoming 2IC and see how he reacts?
Oh, he's gonna have a panic attack.
No,
but what if he completely he fucks the opportunity because he's like,
joy.
I was made for this. Finally. Or we tell him we're doing a purge and all the Joyces have got to go apart from him. Unironically, on the topic of purge, I don't want to get rid of loads of people, but I think we should have a sit down about looking at who's still actively contributing Just see if there's any dead weight needing to be shifted.
What do we deem actively contributing? Do we deem people that haven't been around, or do we mean people that have been around and do fuck all? Or both?
I think it's less for me about activity, because who am I to say anything about that, for one? I think just like the later, to be honest.
Let's sneak it up with a gun out.
I know. I can sense it with my spidey senses. He's in the drink.
Oh,
How's it going, man bun?
chilling you.
Johnny boy.
Not shabby, not too shabby. Probably best you tell him the news, right, Steers? It's coming from you. It's your decision.
Yeah. It's no secret the past month or so has been pretty fucking rough for this gang. And yeah, I've been going through it, to be honest. So I came here with SK to talk about it. And we've come to the conclusion that I'm not needed as 2IC anymore. So we brought you here to replace me.
Oh, fucking, I'm not surprised.
What?
Nothing.
That's what you got to say about it.
So, you're not needed as 2IC? You're throwing in the
Yeah.
towel like a little bitch.
My time has come.
I guess I'll chime in here. That's where you come into the picture.
Uh-huh.
Some
Fuck
big
off.
boots that need filling.
You can fuck off.
Excuse me?
I'm not taking. He can stay in 2IC. You can fuck off. He's being a bitch. I'm not doing that. Throw it in the towel because we had a hard month. Think I'm arsed?
Guess it's Terry then.
What's going on? What is actually going on?
All right, you clocked the ruse. Well done. Always were a sharp tool. Always were.
Yeah. I used to say.
There's some changes. I had a discussion with Steve, and I voiced that me and him built this MANOR shit brick by brick. We was there from the start, partners in crime. Steve's been picking up everything up and leaving behind. So it's only right that he is a leader also officially, right? Because he already has been, it just wasn't a title. So we're going to be co-leading from now on, properly, officially. Meaning that we're going to need a new second in command.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you come into the equation.
Mm-hmm.
What? What's he mean?
I do think it's important to say that I feel like as the 3 ICs, it wasn't, you did your thing, but it wasn't like a crazy impactful role. Like, I think it's clear to stress that if you are solo second in command, like, we'll want you to like fully embrace that shit. Like it's not going to be the same as what it was up to this point. Obviously, we can help shape you to be that. But we're going to need a lot from you.
So I've been given. I'll keep on giving. I have served. I will be of service.
I don't know what that means. Hopefully that means you're locked in.
I'm locked in. So what spark like? What sort of spark
what's
all
what?
it is?
Just a necessary step, I feel like.
What happens with Kai?
I mean, I felt he's worthy of OG. We can have a conversation about it.
What do you think happens with Kai?
I don't think he was ever really a 3IC. I think he was like a filler. Like, he does a lot. It was more like... He more just handled the money and all that type of shit rather than made unnecessary calls when it was going tits up, if you two went around.
He's very good in his laying off the finances. I got credit for that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what me and SK thought, to be fair, boys.
So you up to the task then?
I'm on board.
What are you thinking, Stephen? What do we need from this guy? I guess the better question is actually how can he come in that role to support you properly?
I think I need time on that, to be honest.
That's fair. Yeah.
I think obviously shit's going to change a bit. I need to see how much it changes. But also John knows what the fuck he's doing. He's led a gang before. So there is also that chance where not a lot has to change. Maybe it's natural.
I feel like...
Hopefully.
I would say that I support Steve. Like, for an example, when they did that auction at the fucking pawn shop and everyone was saying we should rob them. I said, listen, regardless if you agree with a call, he made the call, we move on with our lives. It's like stuff like that. Like, I feel like I support if you make a decision or a call, like I support it. Regardless if I think it's wrong or right, I'm gonna support it.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah, that's important for the three of us, and I want to make sure I'm chiming in on that as well. And if you, John, make a decision, I agree with it. Steve as well, obviously. I think all three of us is like me and Steve are going to be making group decisions anyway when I'm around. So, because he's around most of the time I am. Backing each other.
That's what I'm saying. And like, I'm not gonna lie, if I'm too wise, I'm cracking down on this disrespect that goes on. Yeah. I'm not having people come to you, well, they don't do it to you, they do it to Steve. They say it's bitch made on certain decisions, but they don't know the bigger picture. They don't know the finances or the state that the gang's actually in from their perspective. It's all about optics, and like they just see it through their lens. And like this shit's getting shut down. If someone makes a call, if like Steve makes a call, that's the call. There's no fucking bitching. There's no calling people a bitch or all this bullshit about the Southside gang. They can just shut the fuck up and keep it pushing.
Listen, if we need to crack down on people, I'm with it. it's a group decision now, right? So it's where I can be lenient sometimes. I'm happy to wind back that leniency if we're on some group mindset of cracking down on everyone.
I'm down to be the bad guy.
I mean, me and SK had a bit of a conversation, obviously, before getting you here, and we kind of both agreed that how it's been is SK's been quite lenient towards gang members, and I've tried not to be, but it's kind of pointless sometimes when people just go to SK when I ain't about and complain about something, or paint a picture to SK that's not as deep as it actually is to get out of shit.
It's a game of mums and dads.
Yeah.
If they can't get what they want from dad, they go to mum. If they can't get what they want from mum, they go to dad. But it needs to be that if we're doing this cold shit, it's the same answer whoever they call. It doesn't make a difference.
They come to me and he said, "Can we do this? Have you asked anyone else?" And if they say, "Yeah, ask fucking stay or whatever," like, well, unlucky then. That's your answer. You've had it.
Who's the mum and who's the dad? Depends on the day, bro. You know what mood Steve and SK are in. First topic of conversation then, John. Is there anyone you feel like needs to go?
I don't know. That's something I would have to think about. I think it's that needs thought. Because like you have to consider a lot of different things. But I definitely think the tree needs shaking.
I'd agree.
Yeah. I think there's some people that are, and like I can't even think of a name off the top of my head. I just know it's there. Like people that are there, but it's not. Like if someone can be around and you don't really notice a difference on what they're bringing if they're here around or not, I think it's a little concerning. I think some of the vouchers as well, like need palming off. I think Boris shouldn't make it through. I think Simon probably shouldn't make it through.
I haven't seen much of Kane either.
I
don't
think
know if
he.
that's-
Yeah, I don't really know about that one. That might be better for you lot.
That's why I gave him a hard time, bro. I'll be real. I've only seen Kane recently. The 2 times I've seen you the past week, SK. He's been around when you've been around. I was giving him a hard time for only coming around when you were around. Because apart from those 2 times, I have not seen the cunt at all.
I think Charlie, when he's back, should come up.
Agreed.
What do you reckon, John? Because you're pretty tough on them. Like, masked.
I don't like to give me opinions on them. I like everyone else to deal with that. I feel like they're my family and I don't want to. I feel like because they're my family, I've got to go harder on them to like get rid of any sort of favoritism fucking bias bullshit. So I just like to keep out of it when it comes to the decisions about them lot.
Fair enough. But like, if you were to like, do you think he's done enough to prove, like, outside of any of that, if you're just looking at it purely cynical, you think he's worked hard, right?
No. I mean, he's got shit he's dealing with back at home right now. And then see after a week or 2 with that.
I mean, if I was to think about the vouchers, I'm not going to count Brandon because he's quite fresh, but you have Charlie, Boris, Harlow, Simon, and Kane. I think Charlie and Harlow are the only 2 in my mind that are on the up. I don't even mean now per se, but the other 3 I think are done for.
I also keep hearing murmurs about this whole Peter Ross and his boys.
Nah.
I like Peter's cool, I really do not see how anyone is making sense of us trying to kill each other not even a week ago, and now there's talks about these people coming and joining our group. Not only were they trying to kill us, they've now left their group. Like, they've tried to kill us, left the gang, and now we're already got members talking about them becoming vouchers. I don't like that, I'll be real.
I don't know anything about them.
Who's brought
Like, if
them
it's
up?
given time, Luke was heavy about it.
That sounds like his mind's already made up.
Like, if time's given, right, and things happen naturally, then fair. But with how quick this has been, it's like, I don't know why we're not seeing that they're 7 days ago we was trying to kill them. I don't know. In my head, it just don't make sense. But maybe I look at shit differently to some people.
I mean, Peter's sound, but
Bro, did he not just join 3 Pass a fucking couple weeks ago and he's already gone again, bro?
Yeah, it's red flag, and he was in SOB. That didn't last. You know what I mean? There's history there. It's reasons to a lot of this stuff.
People see someone that they like, and instead of just being like, "Oh, that's just someone I like," they think just because they get on with them, they need to be a part of us.
Like Pokemon cards, isn't it? Everyone's trying to collect them.
But there's nothing stopping Peter and his boys just doing shit with Luke day to day, especially when the gang's not around much. Like, you can have mates, that doesn't mean you have to recruit them.
Yeah, I used to say that all the fucking time, bro. Not everyone's a member. Like, if everyone becomes a member of your gang, you're gonna have no friends outside the gang.
Also, John, Nick Simone handed me his CV.
Nick did.
Nick Simone, yep.
Heard about that.
I see him fucking vibing on Grove.
He's looking around. I don't know if he's going to come back though, because his first interaction with us was Shlomi and Luke. And Shlomi waking up for the first time in weeks, and it was they had a karaoke session on the block. So, but you know, he'll either come back ASAP or we'll never see him again. There's going to
That's
be no
a Marmite type beat. Love it or hate it.
Yep.
What's your thoughts on maybe tomorrow having like a wider sit down us three and just listing off members and kind of figuring out where we go with them?
Yeah, I mean, over the night it gives us time to fucking individually think about like some shit with certain members, certain people who stand out.
Yeah, I don't want to make like loads of big decisions in one night, right? And just cram it all, and then you end up fucking making wrong calls and that. I think let me know what you man think, but I think it's probably best to get Kai here. I'd rather let him know personally about what's happening than when everybody else finds out about the switch up, right? Like,
You have a knife?
out of character for me, but no, I don't.
John?
Uh-huh.
I'll go get one. You just get Kai here.
Ping him.